October has continued to see my gaming time go swimmingly, especially thanks to a certain big contender for Game of the Year. My month was spent diving into one of this year's biggest releases, proudly putting over 50 hours into its wondrous world of culture and tribulations in the current cherry on top of the fantasy side of JRPGs. I also remembered to bring my Switch with me when I could to keep up with the SSS as I continue my trails in an Azure world, and caught my rhythm with the two things I've been playing on my phone in the responsible way I've been aiming to. I've been really enjoying my gaming time lately, and hope you enjoy hearing about it as we get into the JRPGs I played in October. It was in making this video I realized I completely forgot to play the demo of the East Nordics sitting on my console, and I consider that a testament to how good my time with Metaphor ReFantazio was. I had tunnel vision with it, which is easy to do thanks to how well it builds its world and the rhythm of visiting new cities, discovering new cultures and their troubles that contribute to the greater world, then dungeon crawling with the characters I've spent time with that has been a welcome change to what my gaming time was most of this year. When I wrote this, I was about 60 hours in, and it was no challenge getting completely hooked to it, with its combination of high fantasy and Persona elements, something I never knew I needed, and I now know that I love director Katsura Hashino or their company Studio Zero's games. I'll follow any more types of these games to the end of the earth as they're so much fun to get sucked into. When I was writing this, I wrote that I was gradually approaching the end, but I actually just got to the end recently and wrote my review on it because I couldn't put it down. I have plenty of thoughts to give. I loved its music, group of characters, and the epic journey they embarked on, and I hope you're all enjoying it too, or did if you finished it as well, as this is definitely a JRPG that will be remembered from this year. It took a little getting into the habit, but I got a lot better at bringing my Switch with me on my commutes in October, which means I got a good few hours into my Trails to Azure journey that gives me hope I might finish it by the time the year's out. In true Trails style, I had to do every side quest before getting to plot, and in that got to have at least 2 fun boss battles that were a balance of challenging and interesting with its timeline battles I like. So I've been enjoying the continued world building here too, and how the slow pace of its storytelling makes it surprisingly easy to jump back into, and will continue with it as my warm-up game for when we see Sky on Switch next year. I'd love to finish it this month if time allows, even if I already have enough videos in the works, but also being over halfway definitely has me excited to see the end of this cross-spell story arc with another great group I enjoy. I'll be keeping it on my mind in November for something to throw in my bag to make slow progress in, and I'm glad it's reminded me of the great tool my Switch is for getting in extra console experiences in my free time. I'm like a whole new person recently with how tame I've gotten with my smartphone game time, and while I've managed to stay up to date with Res still and get a little Kamitsubaki in, they're truly side games at this point as I continue to prioritize my console time. My Resleriana time in October only really saw me jump in properly twice, once for the Dusk Office event on the English server and once for the Judy boss on JP with her cute updated outfit. These were mostly boss events, so didn't see me lose too much time, although I was reminded of how much time I could really sink into it as one day I forgot my Switch and spent an entire half hour just prepping my party for the Judy event. But I put my Switch in my bag the next day and kept the time sinky loophole at bay, and since my party still hasn't been able to beat the dungeon I'm stuck on when I've tested it in new chapter releases, I'm still midway through chapter 13 in terms of story, hoping for a gacha ticket that blesses me with the units I need to continue. As for Kamitsubaki City Ensemble, it got some playtime at the beginning of the month where I was still adjusting to bringing my Switch with me that saw me finally get playing nice and smoothly after some lane adjustment. I spent some time jumping back and forth between my most played rhythm game Bang Dream and got it to where the lane speed is basically the same, so now I know the next time I jump in to progress story, I can do it in a way that will be enjoyable. I'm still liking its character moments as the girls discover what seems to be their other selves and the songs that come with them, so I'm hoping to take a bigger story dive at some point and see if this Fuyuki Hayashi written smartphone game has an ending while enjoying the dark atmosphere of his games. So far for November, my smartphone game plans look minimal, with Rez's summer event finishing early December. That means I can put it off for a good while, which is fine as I've already technically finished it in JP. I'm glad for my new habits with plenty to play in November, so I'll need my Switch and PS5 ready for things to come too. My main plan for November was getting to the end of Metaphor when I wrote this, but I absolutely couldn't stop playing it, so I finished it now and can move on from there. November does bring some great releases for the unlikely point I get away from all the videos I'm making, and otherwise will make good additions to the backlog as more things come out to play. I was pretty excited about Farmagia that just came out before I could even realize, then Dragon Quest III also just came out on the 14th, and Goblin Slayer by Bushiroad Games should be out today. I'd love to play both of these and know I'll be at least playing one of them as I've already received it. I'm also hoping to play the Ease 10 demo sitting on my PS5 and continue with Trails to Azure, so November looks pretty busy, especially if I count the videos I'm working on too. Whatever you choose to play out of these, I hope everyone is having fun and frankly, hopefully playing or having played or close to finishing up Metaphor as it was pretty fantastic. As usual, I wish you all a great new month as we continue to enjoy this great genre and the magical things in it in a new month to play. Thank you for watching this video. Let me know in the comments below what you played in October and what you plan to play in November. You can like and share this video if you enjoyed it, subscribe to my channel for more JRPG content like this, and ring that bell to get notifications on whenever I post so you don't miss a thing. You can check out more videos here, and you can find me on social media on X, Facebook, and Instagram, all at JRPG Jungle. Links will be in the description below, and until next time, thank you, bye!